For over 30 years, 3M Tegaderm dressings have stayed on the leading edge of innovation and outstanding patient care. The Tegaderm story begins in 1978 in the lab of 3M scientist Steve Heinecke.
Within my research, I ended up working on polyurethane and nonwovens. I ended up with the frame delivery system where I had a border material supporting that film and the adhesive down on the skin, transparent. Why not a transparent dressing on IVs?
This invention led to a U.S. test launch in 1981. After a successful test launch, Tegaderm went global. Over the next few years, 3M kept optimizing the dressings to meet customer needs. It didn't take long for Tegaderm to rise to the top in the United States.
The Tegaderm brand of dressings has been such a huge success story when it comes to innovation, so much so to the point that in 1987, only 5 years after introduction of it, we actually gained the leadership position in the market, and we've been able to hold that position ever since.
Worldwide sales grew as 3M kept innovating. The Tegaderm team never stopped pioneering solutions to improve patient care and clinical outcomes.
So as the market grew for the Tegaderm dressings, it became apparent that there were other uses. A deep notch or an original notch in the nonwoven was created to restrain that flexibility of that tube set and to give it a place where it can be secure and then progress right into the dressing.
The journey of innovation continued, and the number of Tegaderm products kept growing.
In 2005, we actually expanded the Tegaderm brand into the wound care dressings.
The creative minds of Tegaderm were focused on developing new products. They saw innovative potential everywhere.
This was about the same time that household hardware products had come up with press-and-place caulk, and so we thought we'd adapt that same kind of technology to an antimicrobial that you could press and place right around the insertion site, and then when it's done, you pull it off and it all removes nice and clean.
The holy grail of skin preps is, can you get to sterile skin? This is the closest we've ever gotten to sterile skin.
Several new innovations were to follow.
The IV Advanced Securement line of dressings was a great effort by many people to create a dressing that is better in the marketplace for securement, for keeping IVs in place. We are a company that makes things by the mile and sells it by the inch. And to be able to make things by the mile and have that kind of consistency, it's amazing stuff.
Most recently, Tegaderm launched the Diamond Pattern dressing. The legacy of innovation continues.
Tegaderm is a really true success story when it comes to innovation.
It's one of those programs where you sort of develop a love for something. I mean, that's sort of the 3M way.
I'm most proud of the elements of being able to bring a product to market that can be mass produced, can be very consistent for customers, so that when they take it out of the package, it's used, and it's used the same way every single time.
It's kind of nice to think that you did something that is benefiting people.
So when we look at the future, we really look at some of those emerging markets and what can we do specific to those countries to really help those countries.
Every day, the Tegaderm team is inspired by caregivers and all they do to provide patients the best possible care. For over 30 years, 3M has collaborated with healthcare professionals around the world to develop products that simplify and improve care practices. Now and in the future, Tegaderm is committed to offering products and solutions that raise the standard of care.